Whatever hatched from my egg would determine my family's fate. Each egg was like a lottery ticket. The other children had large eggs that were vibrant hues of red or blue or green, each pulsing with energy. Those had the highest chance of hatching an elite beast and giving their owners lives of comfort and privilege. My egg was nothing like theirs. It was gray and small, like it had gone past its expiration date. It was the cheapest egg available, and my family sold everything we owned to afford it. The beasts that hatched before mine drew gasps. Luna Starweaver hatched a shadow wolf. Her beast's powers gave her enhanced senses, made her taller, faster, and stronger. Klein Goldcrest hatched a crimson salamander. It gave him regal scales of molten gold that glowed beneath his skin. All around me, students showed off their new forms. Wings, claws, armored limbs. Their families would be celebrating tonight. These beasts guaranteed them wealth and glory. That's all I wanted. To be able to reward my parents for giving up everything so I'd have a chance. "Ren!" the examiner called my name. I felt all of their eyes fall on me. It was my turn. My hands shook as I walked up to the altar, clutching my egg. I put the egg down on the altar and took a step back. The room fell into a hush as it started to wiggle. The shell split. I could feel my heartbeat faster as the shell split open. Brilliant light escaped from the cracks, forcing everyone to shield their eyes. When I opened mine, I saw the shattered egg. There was no beast inside. A cloud of spores floated over me. It had two eyes and glimmered with a dim gray light. It was the weakest beast ever recorded in the history of summonings. The laughter from my peers was cruel and immediate. My face went bright red with shame. I heard Klein's voice booming behind me. "Of course you would get a cloud spore, Ren. You have the worst luck in the world." Was my life over? I refused to accept it. I ran to the ceremony master. "A cloud spore isn't that bad, right? It will evolve into something big and strong, right?" The elder pressed his lips into a line, struggling to contain his amusement. "I'm sorry, Ren, but you truly have the worst beast there is. It doesn't evolve, and its absurdly low rating will resign you to a life of poverty, working in the mines with your worthless beast." At that moment, my cloud spore squinted and glowed. I felt something slowly protrude from my head. Hope surged inside of me. Was I growing badass horns? Klein jumped in my face and pointed. "Look! He's growing a garden from his head!" I panicked and ran to the nearest window to look at my reflection. It seemed my awakened form was complete. Klein was right. Dozens of glowing mushroom had sprouted on the top of my head. The other students surrounded me. "Fungus freak! Fungus freak!" I whipped my head toward the ceremony master. "This is it? I don't get powers like the rest of the students. Klein can control fire. Luna can run faster than wolves, and all I get are blinking mushrooms." The ceremony master sighed. "I'm afraid so." He turned to the rest of the students, trying to settle them down. "Remember, everyone, in 1 week you'll all be going to the School of Cultivation and Evolution to begin your 8-year study in beast taming." But I couldn't focus with my classmates chanting, "Fungus freak!" at me over and over again. Everything my family had worked for and risked was ruined, all thanks to my own bad luck. I wanted to hide from the world. I was a walking embarrassment, my family's living embodiment of shame. So I ran. I ran from the lavish buildings and cobblestone streets of the city to the dirt roads of the countryside where my family lived near the edge of a dangerous forest. The spore cloud chased behind me the entire time, now bound to my soul. Eventually, I saw my house. It was old and run down, in need of many repairs that we couldn't afford. But it was the best we could do. What could I possibly tell them about the ceremony? My life would be better if I had no beast at all. After a moment, I just sighed and moved toward the door. The second I stepped inside, a loud pop of confetti cracked through the room. Surprise! I jumped back in shock. Letters hung from the ceiling spelling out "Congratulations." The table was decorated with my favorite foods, and my parents stood close, smiling ear to ear. They had thrown me a surprise party. "Mom, Dad, I have something to tell you." My mother got on her tippy toes, looking over my shoulder. "Where's your beast, Ren?" My father smiled. "I know you hatched something powerful. Something that'll earn you a spot in the royal court." My spore cloud hovered into view beside me, glowing proudly. I could see the immediate shock on my parents' faces. They knew what this meant. That I had somehow hatched the worst beast in the world. That even though they sacrificed everything, our family would remain poor forever. My mom quickly wiped the shock from her face and smiled. "Ren, we're so proud of you." The guilt hit hard and fast. I couldn't hold back anymore. "Mom, Dad, I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I doomed our family." My mom ran to hug me. "Oh, Ren." My father patted my back. "Ren, no matter what happens, you're still our miracle child." I shook my head. "I just made our lives worse. I'll never amount to anything. We'll be in debt forever." My mother gave me the warmest smile. "Ren, don't give up hope. When I was sick and infertile many years ago, your father trekked out into the woods, looking for a cure." She pointed through the window at the dark woods. "He avoided deadly beasts, nearly died from dehydration. He was about to give up, but right before he turned back, he found it." My father joined in, grinning as he recalled the memory. A tunnel. So small I would have missed it, if not for those walls covered in glowing runes. And in the center was a beautiful half-flower. I cocked an eyebrow. "A half-flower?" He nodded. "Half of a flower." I had read about it in legend. They say that if you find it, you're blessed by the heavens. So I took it. I gave it to your mother. And you know what? She was cured of her illness. My mother brushed my hair. And most importantly, we got to have you. So, no matter what, Ren, we'll always love you. You will always be our little miracle. My eyes went wide. They'd given me an idea, but it was too dangerous to tell them about. "Mom, Dad, I don't feel good right now. Can I go to my room?" They both nodded, and I ran into my room. I plopped onto my rickety bed and stared out at the woods, where the deadliest natural beasts lived. If I was going to pay my parents back, I'd need to tame another beast. Every person only had enough mana inside of them to sustain a connection with one beast. Unless I went into the forest and found a half-flower from the heavens. It was capable of creating miracles. It'd give me the ability to tame an additional beast naturally. All I needed to do was find it. I looked at my spore cloud, glowing softly beside me. I sighed. "It's not your fault, but why did I have to hatch you?" The spore cloud flashed, then scurried to my side. It pressed its face into my side, snuggling against me. "All right, fine. I won't replace you with another beast. But I do need your help to get a second one." The spore cloud looked up at me, as if smiling in agreement. I let out a deep breath. The forest was terrifying. I'd never been allowed to enter those woods, but I'd have to now. Otherwise, I'd spend the next 8 years of school getting bullied endlessly by people like Klein or worse. My parents would have to watch their hard-earned money go to waste, all for me to end up working in the mines for scraps anyway. I couldn't let that happen. I leapt out my window and dashed into the woods. The forest shimmered with living magic. Every leaf and vine pulsed with light. My spore cloud drifted close behind me, glowing softly in the dark. The deeper I trekked into the woods, the creepier it became. I avoided shadows of scary animals hunting for a meal, and I steered clear of all the man-eating plants. Then, I saw a light blinking up ahead. My heart swelled with hope. Could it be the same glowing tunnel where my father found the flower? By the time I realized I was supposed to look away, it was too late. A praying mantis the size of a human stared back at me. It had crystalline formations all across its body, bending light in a way to mesmerize its prey. I froze. A mirror mantis. The deadly beast stalked toward me. I'd studied books about beasts my entire life. One fact from the books blared in my mind like an alarm. Mirror mantises were the most deadly thing that I could possibly encounter in these woods. The mantis's jagged arms scraped across the ground toward me like 2 razor blades. My mind raced. It was too late to hide. But if I ran, it'd lunge and take my head clean off. Suddenly, I felt a surge of energy flow through me. Mushrooms plopped out the top of my head and began to glow in a random pattern. My spore cloud had activated my awakened state. I grimaced at the cloud. Are you serious? Now isn't the right time. Yet somehow, the mantis stopped in its tracks. It cocked its triangular head, completely mesmerized by the blinking mushrooms protruding from me. I was in disbelief. The mushrooms were emulating the same light pattern that the mantis used to entrance prey. I whispered, "Good thinking, Cloud, but this won't last forever. Any sudden movements and it comes charging at us." I scanned the area. Every possible source of cover was too far away. Come on, there has to be something. I took a slow step back, trying to put some distance between us. My heels sank with a hollow crunch. I froze. There was a pit right beneath me, built to snare bigger beasts. I was too light to trigger it, but a mirror mantis wouldn't be. "Cloud, I'm going to do something risky, but you have to trust me, okay?" The spore cloud looked at me, and its eyes surged with determination. "We move on 3. I took one step onto the hollow ground. 1, then took another step backward. 2. I broke out into a dash. 3. The second I darted, the mirror mantis hissed. It stabbed its legs into the ground, dragging its way toward me. My adrenaline flooded, and in that split second, I dove. As the mirror mantis grazed my foot, it stepped forward, opening up the pit below. The ground opened up with a crash, and the mantis shrieked as it fell into the chasm. Relief flooded through me in an instant. I grinned. I did it. I survived. Cloud wet, I felt something latch around my leg. The mantis hooked its pincer around my leg. My joy turned to pure terror. I dropped to the ground and tried to kick the beast off of me. It clung to me as I fell into the pit, trying to drag me with it. I clawed at the dirt, desperately trying to hang on, but it was no use. I lost my grip and went plunging into the dark depths below. I hit the ground with a crunch. I groaned in pain. When I realized I was still alive, I got to my feet and felt around in the pitch-black darkness. I grabbed onto the walls, feeling around for an exit. A light suddenly blinked beside me. I stopped. Was it the mantis's light? The light blinked again, revealing the cheery face of my spore cloud. I whispered, "You idiot. What are you doing here? Are you trying to get eaten?" Before the cloud could even respond, I heard a chittering sound that sent a chill down my spine. I turned slowly. Behind me was the mirror mantis, dimly illuminated by my spore cloud. I took a step back. It took a step forward. Mirror mantises love to play with their food, and right now, it was enjoying every ounce of fear emanating from my pores. My back hit a wall. I was cornered. The spore cloud flashed with light, trying to distract the mantis. It was no use. The beast just raised its pincer into the air, ready to make me its next meal. I spoke out loud, apologizing to my parents, hoping through some divine intervention they would hear me. "I'm sorry you had a disappointment like me. Maybe your lives will be better without me." Suddenly, I felt my heart swell with my parents' spirit and determination. My eyes locked onto the pincer. I wasn't going to go without a fight. I screamed at the creature. "Come on, you ugly bug. Finish it already." The mantis screeched and reared back its blade. The wall suddenly exploded in a plume of dirt and smoke. The mantis rolled across the floor, clearly injured by the blow. I blinked. What just happened? As the dust settled, a huge silhouette appeared from the newly formed hole in the wall. It was a bear-like creature known as a night excavator. It had pure white eyes that adjusted to the darkness. Massive arced talons made to scoop out large piles of dirt. It was what created the pitfall trap in the first place. I gulped, remembering another fact from my books. If mirror mantises were the most deadly beasts on the surface, then the night excavators were the most deadly beasts underground. The night excavator scanned the area, sniffing for its next meal. If it caught sight of me, I'd be a snack before I could scream. I pressed into the wall. Every muscle in my body trembled. The excavator sniffed around and turned straight toward me. Before it could lunge, the mirror mantis struck, driving its blade clean through the beast. My eyes went wide. As the monsters fought, it gave me a brief opening to escape. But the sensation that I was forgetting something flashed in my mind. Where was the spore cloud? I saw it hovering just out of arm's reach of the mantis and the excavator, dodging their blows. It had no idea where to go. I gritted my teeth, remembering how hard the spore cloud fought to save me earlier. I couldn't just leave it. I charged into the fray. The mantis's pincer sliced past my face. I dropped low, then sprang back as the excavator's jaws snapped shut where I'd just been. Each strike shook the pit like thunder. My spore cloud hovered inches away, trembling but still glowing bright. "Come on, fungus," I shouted. "Without you, the kids will just call me a regular freak again." Its glow pulsed, once, twice, then burst into a happy shimmer before zipping straight toward me. I grinned. "Good. That's the spirit. Let's get out of here." We quickly ducked into the hole recently dug by the night excavator and pressed on. The sound of clashing talons and pincers echoed through the tunnel behind us. I moved as fast as I could, because whoever won that battle would be coming for us next. The tunnels forked into hundreds of different paths. Which way would lead me to the half-flower of the heavens? Would it be the same path I'd used to escape? I had no time to think. Just moved left at one fork, then right at the next. As we continued, the tunnel slowly grew wider and wider. From my cloud's dim glow, I could see that the tunnels transitioned from harsh dirt to smooth stone, as if carved out by man. Then, a light became visible up ahead. My eyes widened. Is this what I think it is? I surged forward, turned the corner, and found a long chamber, filled with glowing runes along the wall. It was an ancient place, overgrown with roots that stretched across the floor and walls. And it was exactly as my father described it. I dropped to my knees. Tears of happiness flooded from my eyes. I found it, Cloud. I found the cave my dad talked about. The half-flower is somewhere here. I pressed ahead, scanning each and every corner for the half-flower. The shimmering runes glowed blue. Then, my spore cloud did the same, as if responding to the ancient walls. It was a charming display. All of my worries vanished. For once, I was smiling. That's weird, Cloud. I've never seen you be anything other than gray before. Before Cloud could even look at me, the sound of a sharp scrape snapped me from my happiness. It echoed along the cave walls behind me. I spun, looking into the emptiness of the tunnel that I had come from. My heart hammered with a realization. The sound of the battle between the mirror mantis and the night excavator stopped a while ago. Who won? I stared into the darkness, hoping that the beast wouldn't find me. The mirror mantis exploded out of the abyss with a screech. One of its eyes hung from its eye socket by a stringy piece of flesh. Its posture was now crooked after its tremendous battle. That just meant it was even hungrier for its next human meal. I bolted. Cloud, let's go. We took off down the corridor, moving as fast as we could. But the mantis wasn't taking its time anymore. It used every limb to scale across the chamber walls, gaining speed with each pull. My mind flashed to my parents. For them, I couldn't afford to fail. I had to live. My foot caught on a root, and I rolled across the floor. I tried to crawl to my feet, but one of the pincers stabbed into my hand, pinning me to the ground. I screamed in pain. I can't die like this. I won't let you kill me. I tried to wrestle out, but my squirming did nothing. To the mirror mantis, I was just an insect. Its breath puffed against the back of my neck. I could hear its mandibles chirping, preparing for a large bite. I scanned the area. Surely there had to be a way out of this. Suddenly, up ahead, the glowing runes flashed bright. Then they peeled off the wall. I blinked hard to make sure I wasn't imagining it. I wasn't. Hundreds of runes flew off the walls, merging together into something shapeless and formless. Something that hovered into the air. They were morphing into a dense blue spore cloud. The blue cloud rocketed across the chamber and knocked the mantis right off me. I struggled to my feet, watching as the blue smoke enveloped the mantis. The beast thrashed, but it was no match against the ancient colony that withered it down, slowly melting its skin. Then, the mantis rolled across the floor, and with one final shriek, it went stiff. Dead. I let out a sigh of relief. I was hoping that I could tame the mantis once I found the half-flower, but at that moment, I was glad to be alive at all. I continued down the chamber, looking for the flower, when I felt a sudden pinch at my leg. Ow! I looked down. A blue blur wrapped around my leg. My skin sizzled, then slowly ripped away. The pain instantly brought tears to my eyes. I jerked away and saw the entire colony of blue spores hovering in the air. They were coming after me now. I looked at my own spore cloud. I thought they were your friends. My cloud just looked ahead as the blue smoke flew right toward me. Guess they weren't friendly after all. The blue smoke grew wide, moving to wrap around me. But my vision went gray, and the smoke stopped, just inches from my face. My own spore cloud was creating a protective barrier. Cloud, you're awesome! The relief didn't last long. I could see the blue smoke breaking down my own spore cloud's barrier. A couple of them cracked through the protective shield, eating away at my skin. I continued down the tunnel. I needed to find the half-flower. Maybe it could stop this. It was a miracle after all. But with each step, I could feel the blue smoke digging deeper and deeper, peeling away my skin in patches. The pain was too much. I fell to the ground. I didn't even have the energy to crawl anymore. How many times would I almost die? How many times would the beast that I called useless have to save me? I watched as my gray spore cloud slowly broke down. In just a few moments, it had ceased to exist. It didn't deserve to die alongside me. I screamed, "Leave, Cloud!" You did your best. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Cloud's eyes blinked at me. Then it darted deeper into the tunnel. I smiled. That's right. Go find a tamer better than me. Go! The blue spores ate away at me faster. Blood spilled from the holes spreading across my body. I would have sat there and accepted death. But a dim, gray light forced me to look ahead. Cloud hovered nearby, watching me. I gritted my teeth. You doing? Get out of here! Cloud flashed with light. It didn't move at all. Did it want me to follow it? I laughed. I spent the entire day blaming you for my problems. Maybe I should have just put my trust in you this whole time. Energy surged through me, not Cloud's mana, but pure determination. I climbed to my feet and shouted, "But I was wrong, Cloud. I'm putting my trust in you now." I stumbled toward Cloud. Each step was pure agony, but I wouldn't give up. I used all my strength to move. For me, for my parents, for Cloud. Where are you taking me, buddy? I can't keep going like this. I don't have much time left. Cloud suddenly flashed so bright the entire chamber illuminated gray. We had reached its destination. I looked around. What did it want me to see? Then, right below Cloud, I saw the glowing half-flower of the heavens. Hope suddenly overtook the overwhelming pain. I don't know what your secret is, Cloud, but you're a miracle. I dove to the floor and ripped the half-flower from the ground. There was an air of pure power radiating around it, but I couldn't waste a single second. I swallowed the flower, exactly like my mother did, and I braced. Would my body digest the flower first, or would the blue smoke digest me? My spore cloud hovered close, its glow flickering in rhythm with my heartbeat. For a moment, I swore it was watching. Not with fear, but with expectation. The blue smoke crawled across my skin, unraveling me thread by thread. But instead of panic, all I felt was wonder. Something else was moving inside me. A power that was old and ancient. My eyes fluttered shut. When I opened them again, the world had changed. Everything appeared to me like a blueprint. Bones, instincts, strengths, weaknesses were all presented to me like a computer interface. The flower I'd swallowed was fusing with something dormant in my blood. It felt like it was changing me. For the first time, I wasn't afraid. I just wanted to know what I'd turn into. What powers will come from Ren's transformation? What is the spore cloud capable of? Is it really the weakest beast, or does it harbor unlimited potential? And will Ren finally be able to tame another beast and save his family once and for all? Next time on The Weakest Beast, Tamer gets all SSS dragons. Ren explores the limits of his new condition, making a shocking discovery. A surprise encounter with Klein and Luna might just reveal the truth about Cloud. And as Ren begins his training at the School of Cultivation and Evolution, the world might just see the epic beginning of the world's greatest beast tamer. To find out what happens next, download the Pocket FM app for free. Keep listening by clicking the link below the video. You can't guess what happens next.